where we've been living our whole life is in the mind.
Yeah.
That's
It's
it.
the habit.
Yeah.
It's the habitual one. Because like
That's
right now, sitting here, it's just like it's
yeah.
it's
Yeah. It's okay.
But then after this call, it's probably like there's really no like if it's clear, then there's no after this call really. But after this call, it's probably gonna be I'm gonna go back to work. I'm gonna go do those things that I need to do,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's all back in the illusion, or maybe not. Maybe it's not. Maybe
Good.
the thoughts will
That's better.
be different.
That's better, Luke. I shouldn't have called you Luke then. But that's better. Yeah. 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 Don't like stop. Like it craps on all day long.
Yeah, and it always the funny thing about it is always it doesn't even surprise you, but it's like it comes from here and you don't even notice it. It's the sneakiest little.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Like imagine, like when it finally dawns on you, holy shit, I'm not the thinker. Thoughts just are happening. Yeah. When that really, really lands, it begs the question, where do thoughts come from? Because they happen and there's some seeming intelligence behind them. They're not all over the shop. There's a seeming intelligence behind the thoughts.
There was like a couple of years ago, like 3 years ago, or four, I don't know. I was just sitting outside and thoughts started. I just had started meditating really, and the thoughts. I don't know even what the technique or whatever it was, but I was sitting there. The thought said, "I can't meditate," and then, why is this so hard? Or something like that. I can't even remember what the exact thoughts were, but then it dawned on me that fuck, like I am not the one thinking these thoughts, but not in a conceptual way. But I was like, what fuck? I thought I had been. I thought I was enlightened, and I was like, I started like crying and fucking being so happy. Like, what the fuck?
Good.
Is going on here?
Good.
But then, I don't know. So now I'm afraid to ask, like, because I'd like to, because there's the fear of, I'm fearing that I will sort of get lost in thoughts and that sort of thing again. What do you think what should I do for, practice as in daily?
All right. So the one thing that I could possibly give you, which is I've already given you, the reality check.
Yeah.
And notice I'm calling it a reality check. A reality check. Just stop and pause, because here is where we are. We're here.
Yeah.
Right? So just stop and pause and look around.
Yeah. Not even like who's aware of any sort of stupid techniques, nothing
none
like
of that shit. Just the reality of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not trying. That's the thing. I've been trying to trying to figure out from a phone. Like that's the thing.
That's
everything
okay.
like that.
But that's part of it. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's part of it. You have to go through that. That's just something you have to do also,
Yeah. And just let me hear.
Yeah. There's that. And here's the other thing so reality check, and I don't need to go over that. You know what that is now. The other thing that I would have to do is, how I was talking about the 180-degree turnaround before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the other thing that I would have you do is just point your finger at yourself. Just point and go to the tip. You're just looking at the tip of your finger, yeah, and start inquiring into what is that finger pointing to. And there's an interesting thing that happens. You can actually feel yourself turn around. So I want you to go here. But to start with it, just do that. Yeah. What's the finger pointing to? The mind might step in and get all funny and say, well, it's pointing to my head. Yeah.
Yeah, not happening for me. No.
Yeah, but it's not, right? You know,
No,
it's
there's no
Good.
issue really. It's just
good. So that would be the two things that I'd give you. Yeah. And if you're willing to put the mind down, that also means, like, being free of thoughts doesn't mean you're not having any thoughts. Being free of thoughts means doesn't matter what the fuck thoughts are doing, you don't give a fuck. You don't care.
Yeah.
That's being free, yeah. So trying to be, turn. Just turn. Just turn.
But it's just
did you ever watch the video that I did called the bubble exercise?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of, I think, examples of that.
Okay, good. All right. So that's all I'm talking about.
Yeah, but the bubble for me, for some reason, just makes it feel very sort of like I start to imagine sort of like there's something that's behind here, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand, but
no, but that happens for me.
Cool. So maybe that.
Yeah, this is just more
just the pointing finger. Yeah. Now we're getting what we're going into is a direct experience. Now it's direct. Yeah.
Yeah, as I say, because I'm staring at the finger, like trying to look back, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just so, I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it. It's like there comes these thoughts like this looks like what the fuck is going on here? But then like it's really like nothing is happening. Nothing is going on.
Yeah.
And that's the weird thing. It's just so funny.
Yeah. I'm trying to get you to, instead of being conscious of a myriad of things, I'm trying to just get you to be conscious of or aware of consciousness only. That's why I'm getting you to do this.
Yeah.
And it sounds binary, I know, because it sounds like I'm asking someone to be aware of consciousness. Sounds very dualistic, yeah. And it is. The instruction itself is even dualistic. I'll acknowledge that, yeah. But
after the thought, there's an possibility that it will just, after the thought's gone, it's can.
Yes. Now it's direct.
Be aware of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now just, yeah. The thought or the verbalization is just a pointer.
Yeah. It's a pointer. Yeah.
And look, the clarity of the understanding is now. Yeah. So don't listen to the mind if the mind says, well, I had it yesterday and I want it back today. I had it 10 minutes ago and I've lost it and now I want it back again. Yeah. Just come back to the clarity again.
Yeah.
The truth. Just come to the truth again. Well, you've got to keep coming back to it. That's okay. Just keep coming back to it. Keep coming. The mind looks stepping. Don't. Yeah. Keep coming back to it. Keep coming back to it. Keep coming back to it. And eventually it just settles. And you don't have to keep coming back to it. It just settles. Yeah. And then all the things that you know, have had to kind of put on the shelf because they can't be known dualistically with thoughts, all the things that you've wanted to know all of a sudden get revealed. Like when I said to you, the one is responsible for all, and for the one to have an experience, it needs to create two, and then it creates two, and in order to have the experience of being two, it needs to forget that it's one. How the fuck did I know any of that? I didn't know any of that. None of that.
Yeah.
Every single thought that's arising in every human being on the planet right now comes from one. If you realize you're not the thinker, then it begs the question, who the hell's the thinker? Where are these thoughts coming from? If non-dual is true and there is only one, then your thoughts are coming from the one, so too everybody else's. So it's one having that experience. Why? Because it loves to be. And that's innate in you already. You love to be. Just hold on to the truth. That's all you want to know. Yeah. You don't want to drop these thoughts of, oh, I want to awaken. Drop these thoughts of, I want to awaken because when I do, it's going to be great. Drop all that. That's rubbish. Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. It's got to be dropped.
Yeah.
All you're interested in is the truth. The truth.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the only truth you know for a fact, the only one, is I am. Anything else is just this.
Yeah. And they can't be true.
Yeah.
Just I could say something, but then I could say the opposite. And I would never be able to tell something as a fact.
Correct. Chops and changes and Jesus. Yeah. No, but one of the definitions of reality, one of them, which is brilliant. One of the definitions of reality is that doesn't change. Anything else is not reality. That doesn't change. And I'll give you an example of that doesn't change. Your very existence right here, right now, your beingness. Yeah. Yeah. And you know this beingness that you're experiencing. Nobody else knows it. Only you know this beingness that you're experiencing. Yeah? This beingness that you're experiencing now, is it any different from the beingness that you're experiencing when you were 10?
It's always been the same, for all I know.
That doesn't change.
Yeah. That's sort of what essentially led me to wanting to practice. I was like,
good.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what's this? Like, that's the me, the true me. Essentially.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll run with that. The true me.
Yeah, but that's just the words of what I wanted to describe it as. Like
yeah. So there's if we, lean back on the terminology that gets used in duality, in non-duality, there's a waking that occurs, and when that waking occurs, non-dual is known. So too at the same time is dual. You can't have one without the other. Until the non-dual is known, all we know is dual, but we don't even know that that's the case.
Yeah.
We have no clue that all we know is dual. We have no clue. Yeah. When that waking process happens, or that seeing or that understanding lands, however, whatever terminology you want to use, non-dual is fully understood. But you're still going to function dualistically. You're still going to respond to your name. You're still going to say hello to your mum. You're still going
Yeah,
to
because
say hello to your friends.
they've never been anything other than what they are. Like, if
Correct.
that didn't make any sense, but like,
Yeah,
like it's always been the same, so why would it change?
correct.
If that makes sense. Like,
Yep,
it's just that I've just believed that it's me that's doing it, has the control over it. That's the difference.
that's all. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It's like the
Nice.
non-dual, it's like the non-dual and the dual merge into one,
Hmm.
and then you operate from there.
Hmm. And I don't have to do anything to get there.
No,
Hmm.
no. Just understand that you know you're more than just dual.
Hmm.
And the dual is an aberration anyway. It's a product of mind. It's a product of thoughts. The dual, it's a product of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You awaken to one, yeah,
Hmm.
and the thoughts will still happen. Yeah?
Hmm.
And you'll be able to live as one in having a dualistic experience, but now knowing who and what you are.
Yeah.
Whereas
There's a
prior to
purpose
waking,
too. Yeah.
yeah, prior to waking, you had only forgotten who and what you are. Only forgotten. And you did
Hmm.
it on purpose so that you could have the experience of Lucas
Hmm.
or Terry. Yeah. And for whatever reason, you've decided that, yep, okay, you've had the experience of Lucas, and now you want to have the experience of actual self.
Hmm. For some reason, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's funny.
yeah. There's an infinite number of experiences that can be had,
Hmm.
obviously. So it decides to have
Hmm.
that also.
Hmm.
And then it goes about, not in all cases, but in some cases, it'll then go about trying to waken apparent others.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Hmm. Pretty funny.
I couldn't stop this. I couldn't stop doing this.
Hmm.
Even though I know what's happening, I still couldn't stop doing this. You're just driven, you just move to
Yeah.
you get no say in it as such. No.
Yeah. Like I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
It just happens.
just happened. Yeah, you're okay. And look, this was recorded. You've recorded this straight onto your laptop.
Hmm.
Watch it again.
Yeah.
Seriously, watch it
Yeah.
again and again and again and again. Just keep watching it because this is
Yeah.
pertinent to you and where you
Hmm.
are. Yeah,
Yeah.
right where you are. It's good. I post videos online for people, and I know
Sometimes they're
it
just
helps.
it's just annoying because people are like it's just like I'm listening to what you say
Yeah,
and you say something smart or
yeah,
smart but like something that does something
yeah.
and then the other person's just like my brain is saying like it just fucks it up for me.
I know,
That's what happens like
I know, I
yeah.
know. That's why the one-on-ones are good. It's better. And then we work together, and
Yeah.
it's in the immediacy of now. It's in the immediacy of what's arising now. Yeah, and
Yeah, and I don't have
it's
to
all
like
pertinent.
analyze if that's for me or not.
Correct, correct. It's 100% for you
Yeah.
and 100% for me at the
Yeah.
same time. At the same time.
Yeah.
That's why I say we. Yeah, let's look at this together. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've got to go.
It's been great. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
thank you
been
so much.
awesome. Pleasure.
This was
Uh,
amazing.
Stay in touch.
Yeah,
I'd
for
really
sure.
like to know kind of just where you are, what's happening, and
Yeah.
if the mind kicks in again, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, being free of thoughts doesn't
Mm.
mean no thoughts.
Yeah.
Being free
It's
of
just
thoughts is not giving a shit what they're saying.
yeah. Just stop playing with them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put it down.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you can say, yeah, I hear you. Thanks for sharing. Now on your way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can start to you can start to create a sense of humor around it, a sense of lightness around it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, not like, fuck, I'm still thinking about this, but
Yeah,
rather
exactly.
like,
Yeah. And every time you have a win, you catch something or you realize something or whatever. Yeah, it's like, cool. Got it. Yeah. Because usually what we do is go, oh no, I was caught up in the mind again. Oh, what's wrong with me? When am I ever?
Yeah.
It's straight back into the mind again when you're doing that. You know. So if you have any little wins, just go, yeah, I know you're in there.